The Hoka Zinal came out in July of 2021. Yes, I know, I'm a little late to the party, but I've been running in the Hoka Speedgoat 4 and haven't really needed another trail shoe. I've run, I think, 8 ultras in this shoe, well over 500 miles in this one. It's done well by me, and Hoka does not send me shoes right now to review, so I gotta buy all of them, just like this one. So that kind of limits how many of them I'm going to be doing. So the Hoka Zinal comes in at $160. So I was a little hesitant to pull the trigger on it, but I'd heard some good things about it, and I thought I'd like to try it because I've been running in something that was more of a substantial trail shoe, more of a max cushion, wider toe box. This was supposed to be a more snappy, lighter trail shoe. The only thing that kind of worries me is it's not meant for the longer distances, so I'm going to be testing that here in February. I have an 8-hour trail race that I'm going to be wearing this to see how it does. And if it gets halfway through it and it feels smashed out and unable to go, maybe I'll switch to my Hoka Speedgoats, or I'll have to order something else in the meantime to kind of cover that gap if it becomes an issue. So because this is a lighter, snappier shoe, there's going to be less of it. As you can tell between the Speedgoat 4, it's got, from what I've read, about 10 millimeters of stack height less. 10 millimeters less than the Hoka Speedgoat 4, and you can see that is a significant difference there between the two shoes. Significant difference between the two. Now the total stack height in the Zinal is, including the sock liner, it's like 31 millimeters, and the heel 27 in the front for a total heel drop of 4 millimeters. There is about 2 ounces of difference between the two. The Zinal is about 2 ounces lighter than the Speedgoat 4, which is very evident. The toe box itself is much narrower. So for those of you who did not like the Speedgoat 4 because of the significant tight toe box that it has, the Zinal may be a good alternative for you. I like it. It fits my foot fine. So does the Speedgoat 4. I really don't have an issue with either one of them, but this one fits a little more snug around the forefoot, which actually felt very good going out on the run. I felt very secure in the shoe. The lugs on it, I think, are 1 millimeter shorter than the Speedgoat 4s. Now these have 500 something miles on them, but I think these are 4 millimeter lugs, 4 millimeter lugs on the Zinal, and 5 millimeter on the Speedgoat 4. So the upper is a nice breathable upper. It's not warm, it's not cold, but I ran on a 33-degree day in the snow and mud, and anytime I stepped in anything, the moisture went right through. So if you're getting this or looking for a shoe that is waterproof, the Zinal is not the shoe. But it did the job and out there, and it felt great on my foot. I really like the kind of the feel of the upper around my foot. It's got your typical Hoka partially gusseted tongue on there, flat shoelaces. I've always felt that the Hoka tongues are a little weird, this kind of non-padded, thin tongue at the top always seems to kind of feel weird at the top. The difference between this, and it does feel better. I always felt like the Speedgoat didn't have enough tongue right here. Like at the top of the shoe, after you lace it up, it's always like you're dealing with the laces coming over top of the tongue. And that never really happened, but it kind of gives you that feel. The Zinal has a little bit more tongue, as you can see, above the laces, which is nice. If you deal with some of these shoes, when it starts getting above the laces too much, this part starts to dig in, like on this shoe in the Rebellion. And the Rebellion, this kind of is a little more prominent. Not that we're talking about Rebellion, but you can see it's significant when that starts to, you lock that down, it digs into the kind of the top part of your foot. But that is not too much of an issue here. It feels like it will be, but when you start running, not an issue at all. And I did like that they do have a TPU toe cap here, as you can see. And they just felt, finally, they only felt the need to put it at the toe, not around the edges. I mean, it's going to kind of help, I guess, with some of the wear and tear. If you're kicking things, I don't think it's going to significantly protect you at all if you hit your toe or anything, but I think just from scratching and abrasion, it's going to help there. As you can see in the Speedgoat 4, when they decided to bring that toe cap around the edge, all that just started to separate. I mean, immediately. This was within the first 2 runs. This started to peel, and it never got worse. But it obviously when you're paying this amount of money for a shoe, you don't want these overlays to peel off. But they only have it right there at the front. First run on the trail, there's no significant wear and tear. Nothing ripped. Nothing had any issues. I did catch it quite a few times on some branches. But I did get them muddy. So I got to wash them now because I want my trail shoes to be pretty now. I mean, I've been running in these bad boys. Wow. Significant feel and weight difference between, I mean, it's significant. It really is. So when I was running in this the other day, I filmed the trail run and I was talking to you all about the run, but I was also talking about the shoe. So I'm going to switch right now over to my thoughts while I was running in the shoe. I give you the real-time feeling about how the shoe felt on my foot.
Tell you what, the Hoka Zinal feel very snappy, very quick, very responsive. And again, I paid for these, so Hoka's not paying me at all. They didn't send me the shoes. I like them. I like them a lot.